On Simply Sweet, we make carrot cake cupcakes just in time for Easter. Learn how to mix 2 different types of sangria for the warmer temperatures ahead, and whip up a German pancake. Welcome back to Simply Sweet. I'm Allison Gargaro, and we have a great spring episode in store for you. During these tough times, local restaurants are making it easy on you by offering delivery and takeout options, and we will be checking out some of those spots. But I also am sharing a recipe that you can make in the comfort of your own home. But first, we head out to Ghiladolci Bakery, where we are baking some carrot cake cupcakes. You're not going to want to miss it. We are at a new bakery on the block in downtown Bakersfield, Ghiladolci Bakery. And I'm here with Courtney, who is serving up some of your favorite desserts and Italian classics. She has been baking professionally for more than 10 years, but of course, since she was a little girl with her family. So can you tell me about why your Italian heritage put into the name of your bakery?
Well, I am Italian, and my nonno actually came up with the name. It's a play on my main name, Ghilarducci, and Dolce, which is sweets in Italian. And so he came up with that, and we combined it, and I thought that's a perfect name.
That is
and
awesome.
That was that.
Yeah, so a little bit of family, but also with the sweets. So what got you into baking?
Well, I definitely baked a lot with my mom and my nonna when I was younger. And then after college, I had that passion, and so I decided to go to culinary school.
Awesome.
And just for baking and patisserie at Le Cordon Bleu. And after that, I decided to make a career out of it.
And so you've been here for 10 months?
Yes, at the storefront. Ghiladolci's been around for a good 5+ years.
Wow, that's awesome. Spring is in the air, so why not we try some of your carrot cake cupcakes as well as cake? Is this one of the best sellers in the spring?
It is. It is very good. It's a family recipe, so.
So let's get back and start making. So let's get started making these carrot cake cupcakes, which I can already tell are going to be flying off the shelves around Easter. So what do we get started with first?
All right, so we're gonna put all the dry ingredients into one bowl. So that's sugar, flour, some leavening agent, and some cinnamon, and a little bit of salt. And then I will put in this bowl all the wet. So this is oil, some eggs, some vanilla, and then this is some crushed pineapple.
Yum.
And then, of course, we need the carrots. Okay? So, if you want, actually, you can whisk it.
Yeah. And those are fresh ground carrots?
Yes, this is fresh ground,
okay.
Yeah. And then if you want to whisk the wet ingredients as well.
And I love because you're going to get a little bit of bite from the carrots, but also the pineapple.
Yeah, this is kind of loaded with stuff, I guess you can say. So, all right, that's perfect. So, and then we're just going to put in the wet into the dry. Oh gosh, be careful.
Splatter.
Yeah. And then I actually like to use the spatula now because everything gets kind of caught into the whisk. And then we're gonna add, this is optional. I mean, I like nuts in my carrot cake, but these are some chopped walnuts.
I mean, and this took all of what, 1 minute? Yeah. Which is awesome.
When you have everything measured out, you're good, yeah.
So prep is key.
Yes. Okay, all right. Just gonna give this one more little whisk.
Scoop.
Yes. Yeah, this is key actually, is to get an ice cream scoop, or else you're not going to get, correctly portioned out cupcakes. So yeah, you just go ahead and just kind of even it out.
More?
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. But it's so we're just like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
You just do one scoop.
Well, you think about when you do make cupcakes and one of them's really puffy and the other's not as much.
Yeah.
Ice cream scoop is
perfect. Yep. And there you go.
Love it.
And you can obviously make this into a cake as well if you don't want to do cupcakes.
Okay. So what would be the difference on baking time for cupcakes and then the cake?
Well, I mean, it depends on how large the cake that you're gonna do. Everything varies. Cupcakes, 20 to 30 minutes. Cake could be 30 to 45, but it just really depends, honestly.
And then how hot is the oven?
It is at 350.
Okay.
Yeah.
So range.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right.
Okay, so
perfect.
We will get these popping in the oven, and then we have to make them look pretty, right? Okay, so that's up next. So your kitchen is going to be smelling delicious, but you do need to wait until the cupcakes are cooled before we can top them. But we have some fun little ingredients that make it look like they're little eggs.
Perfect. So classically, carrot cake is paired with cream cheese, so that's what we're gonna ice them with.
Okay.
So I just have a piping bag with a little rosette tip. You don't have to do that. You can always use a little Ziploc bag too, and cut the end of it. So I'm just gonna ice one of them. We're gonna do this. Cute little rosette.
Yeah, it looks like a little flower.
And then if you wanna try one, you can go ahead and do that.
So start in the middle?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, a little uneven,
Perfect.
but getting there.
No, that's really good. That's great. Awesome. Okay, just to kind of make things a little festive, we dyed some coconut green, so looks like brass. And then we also toasted some as well, if you want it to kind of look more like the bird's nest, I guess.
That's so festive.
Yeah, so you can kind of play with it.
On top?
Yeah, you put a little bit on top, like maybe just right in the middle if you want.
Okay.
Or if you want to go around the side. And then found these cute little eggs, chocolate eggs. So you don't really have to do too much. I know you can do what you like, but you can add, 3 in the middle like that if you want.
That's so fun, and this is a great way to get the kids involved. So they're like, oh, I want my little birdie nest to look a certain color or way.
Yeah, we also made these are little fondant flowers.
That's really fun.
Yeah.
And I like the different colors too.
Kind of just make it springy.
This is so cute. It makes you just want to dig in because you're not only getting the carrot cake, then the cream cheese layer, and then a little bit of chocolate and coconut, which is my favorite, on top.
Awesome. So we were also talking about how you could do this into a cake. Yeah. So what we'll do is to kind of mimic the egg is we're going to do some splattering around the sides. So I think it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
So we have some brown food coloring right there, and then what you will want to do is add, just to kind of water it down, a little bit of lemon extract.
Wow.
And so we have some gloves because your fingers are going to get really colored.
Now this is cool.
Yeah, it's fun. This is, I know kids would definitely like this. So I'll kind of show you what we do. We're just gonna splatter it like that. So just like that, okay?
Okay. That is so fun and festive. You could probably get different colors too.
Yeah, you could, absolutely. So, but that kind of gives you an idea.
Yeah.
And then so for the top, you can keep doing it. So for the top, I mean, again, you can add your toasted coconut or your colored one. And we can just mimic a little nest on top if you want. You want to put on some eggs or whatever ones you want. It looks
It's gonna be a lot of little baby birdies here. This is so fun. Well, is it time to try one of the cupcakes?
I'd say go for it.
Okay, are you with me?
Am I doing it too?
Yeah, why not?
Oh man, okay.
You can already see all of the different textures that are in here. Oh my gosh.
Okay, ready?
Goodbye. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh my gosh. You guys, the flavor in here is so good. So first you're getting that creaminess from the cream cheese frosting, but then a little bit of the bite from the nuts that we put in there, and the carrots give it just that little bit of crispiness, and the cake is so moist. Oh my God, I'm obsessed with this. I mean, and these are pretty big cupcakes too, so your family is going to love this. I mean, and the toppings and all the kiddos being like, that's the one that I made.
Yeah, you can be creative with it.
Yeah, it makes it really special. So you guys, you gotta come down to Ghiladolci Bakery for your new favorite carrot cake cupcake.
Coming up next, Allison shares a recipe for a German pancake that is very easy to make.
We have a very special Easter brunch dish for you. This is called a German pancake. Some people also call it a Dutch baby. Your family is going to be very impressed by this pancake. I mean, it takes up an entire pan and is going to be lifting on the sides. It's really easy to make. So German pancakes may sound a bit complicated because they're going to fluff up in the oven, but let me tell you, the oven does all of the work. All we have to do is put the ingredients in a blender. But first, we are going to put a ½ cup of butter in your pan, and this is going to be popped into a 400-degree oven. We just want it to melt so it covers all of the sides of the pan. So now that the butter is melting, we are going to put 1 1/3 cup of flour Then we have 2 cups of milk. Then I'm going to crack 4 eggs, yes, 4, into the blender. Then we have 4 tablespoons of sugar. Give it a little bit of that extra sweetness. But something, a little secret ingredient that I add, we have 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, but I actually put a dash of almond extract in there as well. And then to balance all that sweetness that we have in, just a pinch of salt. So now we are going to pop this right on top of the blender and let the blender do the work. Okay, now that the pancake batter is all mixed, I'm going to grab the pan out of the oven to make sure the butter is completely melted. Okay, so what we are going to do is actually pour the batter on top of a metal spoon or spatula, because we don't want the batter to splash all over the melted butter, because let me tell you, that is going to be hot. Okay, so I want to show you a little bit about what we are seeing right now. So the butter is coming around all of the edges, but what that's going to do is make it nice and slick so that the pancake can form up the sides of this pan. So we are going to pop it back into that 400-degree oven for about 20 to 30 minutes. So what you're going to want is to see that pancake has lifted on the sides, but the middle is going to look like a crepe texture. So still a little bit thin, not quite as thick as our regular pancake, but I promise it's going to taste even better. Oh my goodness, you guys, would you look at this? We have the crispy edges that have come up the sides, and that middle is nice and jiggly, but still well cooked. So what I'm going to top it with, which I highly recommend, is actually some fresh squeezed lemon juice. Now I just make sure to squeeze it inside my hand so that I have all the seeds between my fingers. And then, because everybody loves powdered sugar, I'm just going to pour some right on top. Oh my, I think we gotta dig in. So I'm just going to cut myself a corner. Woo. Get this nice corner piece out. I mean, would you look at that? It is absolutely beautiful. So still going to get it fluffy. Let's take a centerpiece. So it's still nice and crisp on the top, but you can see that bottom and inside layer is still very fluffy. Let's try. Okay, first off the bat, it is a little bit of hint from the sweetness from the almond and vanilla extract that we put in that I love, and that lemon on top really just puts it over the edge. But let me tell you a little bit about the texture. It is more of like a crepe, so it's a little bit more chewy than how a pancake is nice and has those bubbles, but we really love that crepe flavor and how the edges are a little bit crispy. This is going to be the perfect Easter brunch dish. Your family is going to love it, but make sure you share what you guys made on Facebook at Simply Sweet Allison. I'd love to see what you topped it with, maybe a little bit of syrup, or you could even put some strawberry preserves right on top.
Coming up next, we head to Two Goats and the Goose to find out their secret behind a cheese platter and 2 different types of sangria.
We are in downtown Bakersfield at Two Goats and the Goose, and the building that we're in has been here since the late 1800s. But Shauna has been serving up fresh food, burgers, tacos, and really good sangria for the past 8 years. So what made you want to start a business in downtown Bakersfield?
I've just always liked the energy, the diversity of downtown, so it's just always kind of been my home, and it's not that far from my home, so it's a great commute.
Yeah, I mean, and the food down here is so good, but can I just ask, why the name Two Goats and the Goose?
My husband and my son are both Aries, so I live with 2 stubborn goats. And my dad has called me Goose since I was a baby, so it just kind of morphed into that. So I thought it'd be fun. And actually, people have really responded well to the name. They're like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Super fabulous. So can you tell me a little bit about the food?
So we have great burgers and tacos, grilled fish. So I just like really things. To me, the most perfect food in the world is a hamburger, because you have the beautiful bun, the crunchy lettuce, the meat, that wonderful cheese. You know, whether you barbecue at home or go out to a restaurant, the burgers just kind of just encapsulate everything.
Yeah.
And now with like the Beyond Burger or the Impossible Burger, which we do have, that even the vegans can still stay in the game.
Yeah.
So we like that, yeah.
That's really cool.
Thank you.
And I heard about your drinks too. I mean, from plenty of people, they said the sangria this is the place to
Yes, yes. My Sarah, she's created the michelada, the sangria, and our blood orange jalapeno margarita. But the sangrias really have become popular since we opened in this location in 2012.
go. Wow. And so this used to be Muertos,
Yes.
but needed a little facelift.
Well, I just want to change things up. I tell people at 55 I no longer wanted to be dead. So
That's fair. That is totally fair.
yeah, the building's been great. I love the neighborhood. There's been so many wonderful businesses opening up since I've been here, and yeah, I just wanted to, fix it up a little bit, change it up a little bit, but really great homage to this building because it's just all this brick is original, and you just don't see these buildings very often, and it's such a treasure, and I feel very honored and blessed to be in this building. Yes,
That's awesome.
yes.
Well, it looks awesome in
Thank you,
here, but
thank you.
I think we got to go try the sangria and some food.
Thank you.
So spring is definitely in the air, and a nice way to maybe celebrate is with a glass of ice cold sangria. So we have a red and a white here. So what's going to be the difference between them?
Well, as you pointed out, we do have red and white. The white, we have grapefruit, strawberries, pears, and apples.
Oh.
Now the red is just as lovely, kind of the same base, but Sarah adds a little bit of cinnamon to the red, so it gives it that little bit of extra kick and finesse that everybody's come to enjoy. Yes.
Yeah, and it kind of just warms your stomach up a little bit.
Yes, yes, yes.
And so obviously sangria is going to pair great with a cheese platter. So we have a lot going on here. Can you explain the cheeses?
Yes, this is one of my favorites. This is from Ireland. This is a Derby sage, so it comes with the sage infused. So the green will throw you off a little bit, but it gets its color from the sage. Got a nice sharp cheddar cheese. This is for people that like that bold, strong cheese. And then if you kind of need a little more mellow, it's the smoked Gouda, really creamy, but a little bit of smokiness to it. The Fontina. All of the cheeses we have right now are cow milk, so they kind of have the same little base going on. And then the Grand Cru, which is more of like your Swiss, so it's got that little extra like Swiss bite to it. Yes, and it always pairs well with our mixed olives. You get a little bit of dried fruit with the apricots and the grapes. So it's just...
And then the blue cheese?
Yes, the Maytag blue cheese. It is a buttermilk blue cheese. So it's just so creamy. So it's wonderful on its own with the cracker, but we also melt it over our burgers as well. Fantastic.
A blue cheeseburger?
Yes.
Oh, that sounds out of this world. Oh my gosh, I love that. So, and this is one of your most popular dishes on Uber Eats.
On Uber Eats, yes. We just relaunched the menu, and I was like, God, that's really cool. But I thought it was great,
Yeah. I mean, so if you have a bottle of wine at home, here you go.
Yes, absolutely.
In your house in like 10 minutes. Not too bad at all.
Exactly.
But I love all of this fresh food, and it's all coming from Kern County.
Absolutely,
awesome.
yes.
So you guys got to come down to Two Goats and the Goose to try your new favorite spring dish. Thank you for watching our spring edition of Simply Sweet. Let me know what you're making during the Easter season on Facebook at Simply Sweet Allison. I hope you guys have a great day.